Up next is Dr. Roshan Mansukhani. Dr. Mansukhani is a music therapist who runs the Music A Holistic Heal Center and uses music therapy to help with depression, psychological problems, and anxiety disorders. He also conducts workshops for corporates, schools, and colleges.
He has organized all USGS and PPSIJC farewells that have taken place in the last 25 years. He's one of the pioneers in his field who truly believes in music therapy and makes others believe along the way. Dr. Mansukhani, the stage is all yours.
(2023), here we are. With all the kind of development around us, right from the roadways to the airspace, to all the kind of global businesses, unbelievable. But not to forget, the advancing technology every minute, every second, which is taking the world by storm. Isn't that fantastic? The kind of race that we are all in, we are able to achieve our targets very much in time. We have multitasked. We are happy in what we are doing. We are driving fancy cars with all the kind of information that we have. This is what we are. We are superpower. Alongside, we are also a country which is extremely rich with art, culture, and much more. I'm so glad there are so many of us who are doing their bit and contributing in whatever aspect to our country. And of course, friends, we are right now in the 5G mode. Those things with your palm, just a click away. And as you know, sky is going to be the limit. So that is where we are. I call these art, culture, music, and sports are 4 pillars, which makes our country a very rich environment. But let me ask you this. If we dig a bit deeper, are we really contributing to our pillars? Or are we getting too dependent to technology? Getting disconnected from real people? And the 100% dependency on the virtual world today? Do we deserve it? I would like to ask you as an audience a question. You can raise your hands. Don't you think in the recent past, anxiety, fear, stress, anger has risen 4-folds? If you agree, you're going to raise your hands up. Because the people who are not raising their hands up, they're too egoistic to acknowledge the reality. And that is what we are. Let's be true to ourselves. We're getting too dependent. Which gets me to my next C, which is conserve. I'd like to share my journey with you on this. I'm no different than all of us. I had a lovely party life. I could connect to friends all across the globe in just a click, talk real FaceTime. I had a great life. And one fine day, something was hitting me. I did not even understand. It all looked so fine. But there was something. It took me a week to understand that I was not happy with what I have, but I wanted to achieve and be there in that rat race. To be there was affecting and taking a huge toll on my mental health. And that's when I pulled up my socks. I was lucky enough to understand that in 7 days, because it all looked fine. And as I sat with myself, my thoughts, my problematic thoughts too, I took the help of music. And I realized how therapeutic music is, how important it is, because it got me connected to myself. We try seeking from others. We try seeking from the outside world, but it's within us. And that's what helped me gather my thoughts, because I could find my solutions to my problems. Of course, it is a process. And in that process, an experiment over myself, I wouldn't call it healing myself, but I could be in the same rat race as all of us are, but much more calmer. I could deal with it. So I started extending my help to a lot of people who are battling issues of discomfort related to mental health. For the very simple reason, it's a stigma to talk about it. We break an arm, you go to a doctor. I have seen posts even on Facebook with a cast and people getting likes. Wow. Where are we getting to? But when it comes to mental health, we like to go into a cocoon. It's not done. You need to reach out. All it takes is one step to reach out. And music therapy handholds you and takes you on that journey and the path where you can identify your triggers, which led you to those discomfort moments, which in turn got you into depression, anxiety, and fear. We are surrounded with our defenses. Do we deserve it? We are the same human beings who are advancing in the world. But if you flip the side, are we the same human beings? Because we fear the world. We fear ourselves and not the world, I would say. A 2011 study in a Canadian university is published in the Nature Neuroscience. Researchers, scientists have proved and observed that switching on to music helps melting off those bad moods of you. As we all individuals, we have our own experiences with music, I'm sure. Some use real peppy music to brighten their day. Some use soft music because they've had a tough day, they want to relax. While some enjoy music for a long drive, just not to slow down or sleep on the wheel. While some use genres of music to deviate the mind from bad moods and negative thoughts. I'm sure each one of us have gone through all this some part in life. As I mentioned before, mind is very complicated. It has proven even listening to music 10 minutes a day takes you away into those happy moments where you can cope into a brighter day ahead of you. But are we looking at that? Because when we are sitting with music also, our mind is ticking. It's galloping like a horse. I took music as a therapy. Let me explain what is music therapy. In a very layman term, as we speak, you remove the words, vocals. As you know, we all humans are nature. When you remove the words and the vocals, you get sound. What is sound? It's music. That makes you music. Which, of course, I need not say much, but music is spirituality. And we are all walking spirits around. So why can't we use that tool of music as our own therapy and deal with our problems much more confidently? Which gets me to my next C. So I did contribute I do conserve my energies, and that's when we look into cherishing those moments. I'd like to share a case study with us. This happened around 6 years ago when a group of 4 youngsters, 3 were teens, 1 was a 22-year-old, who reached out to me wanting to know more about music therapy. At first, I just took it as a joke. They must have read some information on, these technology things, which I call as walking terrorists. But they were very persistent, which drew my interest more, because where we have people glued on the OTT platforms and the channels and social media and gaming, these were 4 youngsters who wanted to know about music as a therapy. So we began with sessions, first in a group. We went on to one-to-one sessions. They wanted to dig more because they had the assurance from me of 100% confidentiality and no judging them. And that's what they needed. Because each one of us, whichever age we are carrying some kind of an abstract baggage. Each one of us. Let's accept reality. Which includes me. I have that tool. So I reach out to people and so do they. And that's when we address those abstract baggages which are triggers, which can get us into a more confident mode. Music is an expression. I have also dealt with a lot of youngsters, adults, who just can't express themselves. They're so underconfident. And when I just play the music, and with time, you see them expressing it. This is the power of music. And when structured music, as I repeat, is belted out as an exercise, magic happens. It is just wondrous. So, coming back to the youngsters, a lot of baggage came off their shoulders, they felt good about it. And in that process, I take pride in saying this, 3 of them who were victims to substance abuse, they quit drugs. Only through music and counseling. I'm yet in touch with all 4 of them. It's 6 years now, on and off. They're doing extremely well in whatever fields. They come, they say hi, we hug each other, and we just sit down to music. Because music is one thing that connects people over the world. Music connects you with your family. How many of us are musicians over here? We all are. We all sing in some place, right? I don't want to talk on that. We all are singers. Have a hobby, guys. I cherish those moments because in the last part of my journey, of course my journey is yet on, it's yet going to be on. Through music therapy, and of course having a good talk with them, helping them vent out, I've helped 33 youngsters change their mind from suicidal thoughts. And I take that as my achievement. You know, all I can say is, we are in a magical world. Let's be the magic. Let's not succumb to that virtual world created. I'm not saying don't go with technology. It's a must. It's the way forward. But connect to yourself, which is the most important thing. Be with yourself. Cultivate a hobby. I'm reliving my hobbies even today. Because that is the time I gather myself together. I gather my thoughts. And music therapy takes me on a different journey. We are all coming from various kind of mindsets. You might like some genre. You might like some beautiful genre. Fantastic. Music is music. There's nothing likes and dislikes about it. Because music therapy teaches us accepting. It's all about acceptance. I have been noticing a lot of people, which of course even I go through it. When we greet each other, we do this. It's a namaste. I have a take on this. The West, handshakes. Musicians, always namaste. There's a reason to it. I accept you the way you are. And that is what music therapy teaches us. Cultivate a hobby. I'm sure you will get on the brighter side of the fence. Connect with your family and like-minded people. I'll leave you with one note. Cherish every moment. I cherish every second of the day. Even today. There's nothing in that person or that person. Just be what you are. Accept that person the way he or she is. And life gets much more beautiful. Because as I conclude, I just want to leave you with one thing. Is music relaxes you. Music therapy listens to you. I've said that before. But the much more simple thing is, life is simple, guys. It's only we who complicate it. My name is Roshan Mansukhani. I'm a music therapist and a counselor.